Have you heard of the AAMC SJT or Situational Judgment Test? You may find yourself having to take this newly introduced test, so I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about it, and I'll even go through a sample question and answer. Hi, I'm Nadine Evans, an Admissions Associate at BeMo Academic Consulting. Make sure you subscribe on whatever social media channel you're watching this from now so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. If you'd like us to help you get into medical school, click on the link either above or below this video to schedule your free initial consultation. Don't forget to check out the timestamps in the description of this video to navigate to specific sections of the video that you're interested in. You will learn what the exam is, how it's structured and scored, and then I'll go through a sample question and answer. First, what is the AAMC SJT? Well, this is a newly introduced online exam that assesses your suitability in 8 core competencies important for future physicians. These include service orientation, social skills, cultural competence, teamwork, ethical responsibility to self and others, reliability and dependability, resilience and adaptability, and capacity for improvement. In its core, the AAMC SJT aims to evaluate your non-cognitive and soft skills. You don't need any healthcare experience or clinical knowledge to do well. At the moment, the AAMC and 2 pilot schools, the University of California Davis School of Medicine and the University of Minnesota Medical School Twin Cities campus, are working to evaluate the AAMC SJT exam. If you're applying to these 2 schools this application cycle, you are strongly encouraged to complete the exam. If the test proves to enhance the admissions process, American medical schools may incorporate this exam as a permanent part of their admissions process. However, it's still a work in progress. Currently, only students applying to these 2 schools can write the test, so if you're not applying to either of these schools but you still want to take the test, you can request a special permission to take the exam. Now let's go over the structure and scoring of the test. The AAMC SJT is administered through a secure online testing environment. You can choose your own location and use your own computer as long as your workplace and computer meet the specified technical and setting requirements. You will be presented with scenario sets that deal with real-life dilemmas linked to the 8 core competencies that I mentioned previously. These are set in healthcare, educational, or other common settings for medical school students. The good news is that you don't have to write out your answer. After each scenario, you will be given several options that describe actions you could take in response to the dilemma presented in the scenario. You will be asked to rate the effectiveness of each answer using a 4-point scale. 1 is very ineffective, 2 is ineffective, 3 is effective, and 4 is very effective. The test is composed of 30 scenarios with 186 answers in total. Some scenarios will have 4 responses, while others may have 6 or 8 responses to rate. You'll have 75 minutes to complete the test. If you choose to score your test because you could instead void your score, you will receive a single total score for the entire exam. The score will range from 1, which is the lowest, to 9, which is the highest. You will be evaluated based on how well your response is, so the 1 to 4 effectiveness ratings that you assign to each answer match the medical educator's response to the same scenarios. Full credit is awarded if your response matches the medical educator's response, while a partial credit is awarded if your response is close. There are multiple AAMC SJT test forms, so there will be variations between question sets students get. All forms of the test are meant to assess the same qualities and behaviors, but each form is different in specific items it presents. While the test administrators try to make sure that the test forms are equal in difficulty, inevitably one form may be slightly more difficult than another. A conversion system called equating is applied to turn raw scores to scaled scores to compensate for small variations in difficulty between test forms. Additionally, a confidence band will be reported along with your converted score. Confidence bands show the accuracy of your final converted score, as scores can be affected by many factors. Confidence bands mark the ranges in which your true score likely lies and help signal the inaccuracy of test scores. They are intended to discourage distinctions between examinees with similar scores. You will also be given a percentile rank along with the total score. The percentile rank shows how the score compares to the scores of other examinees. When the scores become available, the AAMC will send you an email with instructions on how to assess your score report. If you're looking for specific information on what you need to take the test and how to register, head on over to our new blog on this topic. I've included a link in the description of this video so you can easily find it. Now let's go through a sample question and answer. Here's the prompt. During class, your professor observes you participating in a role-play exercise with one of your classmates. You are acting as a doctor and your classmate is acting as an angry patient. The The role play is tense but stays on course. You think you perform well, but after class, your classmate gives you unexpected negative feedback that you missed several opportunities to comfort the patient and calm the situation. You are now expected to attend a debriefing session with your professor and classmate. Please rate the effectiveness of each response to this situation. So I'm going to give you our expert ratings based on each statement that I'm going to read out to you. So just as a reminder, 1 is very ineffective, 2 is ineffective, 3 is effective, and 4 is very effective. Number 1, tell your classmate that only the professor is qualified to provide feedback. We've assigned a 2 to this. Number 2, tell the professor you understand that you missed some opportunities during the exercise. We've given this a 2. Number 3, ask your classmate about how you could improve your performance for the future. We've ranked this a 4. Statement 4, explain to your professor why you were satisfied with your performance. We've given this a 2. Number 5, ask your classmate if they will be willing to practice role-playing in advance of your next exercise. We've ranked this a 4. And finally, number 6, ask your classmate not to bring up the negative feedback during your debriefing session. We've assigned this a 1. So why did we give this rating? Let's identify the most pressing issue in this scenario. Your classmate gave negative feedback about your performance, so what do? Is it their problem or yours? Should you just ignore the feedback and defend your performance, i.e. responses 1, 4, and 6? No, because this would be a rash and judgmental response. Remember, you must consider all parties involved in this scenario, including your unsatisfied classmate. Though you do not have to admit that you failed your performance, you should do something proactive to avoid negative feedback in the future and show initiative for improvement. This is why responses 3 and 5 seem like very effective reactions. Okay, so there you have it. Hopefully you have a better idea of how the AAMC SJT works. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Are you writing this test this year? Do you have any questions that I didn't cover in this video? Let me know in the comments section and I'll do my best to provide you with the answers you're looking for. If you'd like us to help you get into medical school, click on the link either above or below this video to schedule your free initial consultation. Thanks for watching. See you next time.